Welcome everyone to the very first video of Pogobros. My name is ABeebC, you can call me Beebs for short, and here on this channel we're all about some awesome Go Battle League videos along with a lot of spice. That's what we do here. We got a full cabinet of spice, so in the comments after the video, feel free to drop any recommendations of Pokemon that you want to see. Odds I already have it, or I can build it. I've got the resources, and I'm sitting on over 11 million startups right now, and I'm just looking for a reason to use it. Anyways, I would say this is a brand new channel, but it's been around for almost 2 years now. I've been sitting on doing this first video for a long time. I'm not the most technologically inclined, but you got to rip off the band-aid somehow. So what better way than to get a video out there in the ether? And then I'm going to commit to learning more about technology, getting better at editing, effects, getting a better setup going too. I just wanted to get a video out there to you guys so you can enjoy it and see whether you like what the channel has to offer. I've been watching Go Battle League for a long time. I've watched so many content creators that I've really enjoyed over the years. But, some of them have stopped making videos, such as Oxford U, Boy Ghost. Don't really see videos from Scrub Lord Dustin anymore. But there's still content creators going strong, like Home Slice Henry, Callum on Toast, Jamie Finn, that always bring the spice. And really, I get sad like when some of these content creators don't play the game anymore, whether they, don't have time to, or they don't love the game anymore. But I still love the game, and now I kind of want to, add to the community now and give back to the Pokemon Go community for making such a great game and being a really supportive and vibrant community with my own videos now. So here we are. Before we get into it, these are battles from the Master League back in the rotation where there was Color Cup. I was getting cooked left and right in Color Cup, and so I thought, you know what, might as well do some Master League. And that's not my best league. I only do that when it's between that and a cup I don't like. I'd much rather do Great in Ultra League, which I'm much better at. I just don't have the maxed out Legendary or Ultra Beast or Mythical Pokemon like some other battlers do. So I kind of have a budget team going here, but I have been Legend probably close to 10 times. I can't really count at this point, but I'd have to go back and look at the actual poses in order to see how many times I've done it. But so I'm a good battler. I at least think so. I've got lots of room for improvement. These battles are by means in no way perfect, but I still think that they're going to be entertaining, hopefully for you guys as well. So let's dive into the battles. We got on our team. We have Metagross in the lead, because for me, the biggest issue are the fairies in Master League. That's kind of the meta right now, and these are not only just fairies, but they also have really good fighting type coverage and better than any fighter you'd actually see in the Master League, which at this time is virtually nothing. So I kind of wanted to craft this team around that. So I have a Metagross in the lead, but then also what's a problem is Ho-Oh. So that's kind of a core breaker for some of the team here. So there's going to be a lot of dancing around here. But really, I wanted to make a team that kind of showcases my Shundo Zekrom, which I've committed to maxing out. It took me a long time to do, but it's maxed out, best buddy in all its glory. So that's kind of the centerpiece of this video. But what you'll kind of see is that there's really no clear MVP of this team, because depending on what we see, the other parts of the team kind of step up to the plate, and they're delivering in instances where the Zekrom is kind of, to the side, or it's kind of like in a sacrificial role, so to speak. And then we're also rolling with a Garchomp in the back as well. I have it running Mud Shot, and then I dropped the Elite Earth Power TM on it, so that way we can sort of have a little bit of coverage for these fairies that you'll see in the meta, and we're not completely walled as if we were running Dragon Tail and Sand Tomb, so to speak. But anyways, enough of me talking. Let's get into the battles. So we start out here with a shiny Rhyperior in the lead, and Rhyperior is kind of a problem for this team as well. It's a core breaker, the Mud Slap, especially after the most recent buff. presents great issues for my Zekrom, and the Metagross, and then the Breaking Swipes also present a problem for the Garchomp as well. But anywho, this is kind of where we want to see it, because the charge moves of Rhyperior are not threatening, Breaking Swipe will not do anything, and then the Rock Wreckers are manageable, I should say. You know, in Master League, everything's hitting everything hard, but, you know, I can take a Rock Wrecker usually. So we get a shield, and we hard swap into Garchomp here to see what the opponent wants to do. I don't want to get farmed down, but they actually shield the Earth Power, so they may not want to. They may not want to see a Garchomp in the back, and so that leads me to want to preserve it. And then comes in a Ho-Oh, and like I was saying before, that presents problems for this team. But with the Mud Shot, although it's not generating energy as fast as it used to, I am able to get to these outrages, and I put the Ho-Oh in the red. I'm able to tank a move here, which is great with the Zekrom. I'm either taking Resisted Sacred Fires or Brave Birds, so I'm fine there. I'm able to farm it down. And then we also see a Necrozma, which is also a problem for this team. If we saw the Ho-Oh in the front or the Necrozma, this would definitely be a different outcome. But when we have energy on the Zekrom, we're able to get off these super effective crunches on the Zekrom, which we were able to do there before it even got off a first move. And then we farm down the Rhyperior for a win. GG's. In the next matchup, Shadow Suicune, the spice from one spice aficionado to another. Well done right there. The problem is, though, Ice Fang just got buffed in this most recent season, and maybe they're making a video themselves. Maybe it's their first video. But I need to stay in this matchup because my bat cannot take these non-stab Shadow Ice Fangs. So I'm in here in the lead. He's not really got fast pressure on me. Luckily, we don't get debuffed with the Scalds. I'm hoping he lets these through, but he's actually giving me shields. So he actually lets this one through, which is nice. He's in danger of being farmed down unless he throws a move, which is great. So now I can come in probably with the Zekrom after that in order to avoid taking a double super effective Ice Fang on my Garchomp. And he comes in with a Shadow Gardevoir. This is a problem. These charms are eating away at me. I'm going for the nuke. He shields it. This is a big, big problem here. I come in with the faster charging Garchomp here. I have to shield. Triple Axle, again, another ice move, super effective, would hurt. I throw after 2 Mud Shots here, and I do that because Mud Shot is a 2-turn fast move versus 2 of the 3-turn charms. So the second one doesn't register. I preserve some HP, and that's helpful here because I need all the HP I can get against this Ho-Oh. The Shadow Ho-Oh, where the Shadow Incinerates are actually doing damage. And what happens here, they do Solar Beam. I don't know if this is a one-move Ho-Oh. I don't know if they were trying to do a BM there and just Solar Beam me thinking they were going to win. But that actually bailed us out right there because they had 5 Incinerates and they had 100 energy. And if they threw, say, a Sacred Fire or a Brave Bird right there, they're getting to the next move in 1 Incinerate and they win. But because they did the Solar Beam, they needed more than 1 Incinerate, and we were able to farm them down at that point and take the win. So, really interesting match there with Shadow Suicune in the lead, and then the Solar Beam Ho-Oh for, I'm glad I got that one recorded, because that one just, I was laughing out loud when I saw that, because I thought we were done, and then we got the win con of a lifetime there. So, GG's, into the next match. We got a Dialga in the lead here, the Origin form, and that's a good lead for us. And then they come in with a Mewtwo. These things are largely obsolete in Master League because of the Necrozma and its prevalence right now. But the problem is that a Mewtwo can still do heavy damage against my team here. And unfortunately, it's like a guessing game where, you have to shield a Shadow Ball as opposed to, a double resisted Psy Strike against the Metagross, which feels horrible to shield, but we get it wrong. We have almost no HP left. We come in with the Garchomp. We're farming away. We're throwing Earth Powers. We take their last shield, and we can take 1 Psy Strike. We know it doesn't have Ice Beam or anything like that, and they come back in with the Dialga, and we get to the move. This is incredibly helpful here. we put them down, no debuff. And then I did a misclick and I brought in the Metagross. He farmed us down and gets energy. I meant to hit the Zekrom right there because that's an easy farm down at that point. And I'm just hoping we didn't throw the game here. I need to make a call. I hope this is not the Roar of Time, and it's just an Iron Head. So we make a great call there. I don't know if he got to the energy yet. I don't have a Roar of Time Dialga, as I said before. And now we have a shield left over for this Mewtwo. We're able to safely shield and then get to the crunch here. Actually, no, we're going to farm him down. And the energy in the back proved to be very helpful as they have an Origin Giratina in the back. Double crunch will definitely get the job done. We got super effective fast move pressure with the Dragon Breaths. But man, having locked double crunches, he didn't even get to see a charge move. So GG's into the next match. Okay, so we have Origin Palkia is very tough for our team. Nothing in the back really wants to see it, or on even footing because of the damage or the fast move pressure. So we're gonna it's awkward matchup, but we just want shields in this matchup. We're doing a little bit of damage with the bullet punches. We get a shield. We can take an Aqua Tail, and then at this point, I think we're happy with shield pressure with a one shield advantage. And now we can come in with the Zekrom to where it's a race to the farm down, so to speak, if they don't want to switch out. They choose to throw a move here. We're going to shield at the Spatial Rend. They have enough energy for it. And we call the Aqua Tail there. Very risky, but it ended up working out for us. And then they got a Rhyperior in the back, and then a Necrozma. But another reason why we have Earth Power on the Garchomp here is to account for these for the I know there's Dawn Wings, and I don't remember the Duskmane version of the Necrozma here. Able to get the Earth Power through the farm down, and we have energy to go into the Rhyperior here. They probably thought we had maybe Sand Tomb, but that's kind of uncommon when you have Mud Shot. But we're gonna take it. These aren't the highest elo battles right now. I had reached Veteran, and then I tanked a little bit once the rotation came around. But we end up getting the win here, so we'll take it. Nightmare leading the next match. We got a Kyogre, so we safe swap into the Garchomp here. I probably should have went for Earth Power, but I really didn't know how much the Outrage did on it just yet. And I was just kind of wanting to maybe get in farm down Rage afterwards. But anywho, they shield it. We get a shield. We survive the Surf, which is great. And I could have thrown the Outrage. I didn't think I was going to get to it, but hey, maybe they shield and we get a shield, but no debuff. So, pretty good intermediate matchup. The switch clocks, more importantly, you're misaligned here. So we're able to come in with the Zekrom, which has a dominant matchup. And I'm glad we did that because we're able to get this crunch off. And that puts it in Earthquake range here. So we're farming up a bunch here. This could be a Roar of Time. Even though it's resisted, it does a lot of damage. So shielding that up allows us to overfarm. I tried to go for a cheeky little undercharge here to try and get some more farm, but didn't happen. We knock it out, but we left with residual energy to take into the Zekrom, and that allowed us to stall the switch clock enough to see this to get the Zekrom back in there. And we call. I gotta stop this for a second. I was calling a bait at the time. I knew that the Kyogre had energy. I didn't know if it had how much it had, but I felt like it had enough for the Blizzard. I need to save a shield for the Yveltal in the back. So either they Blizzard and take us out and they win, or we call a Surf bait. I was thinking, and then they come in with the double resisted Thunder, and I just again laughed out loud, couldn't believe it. But they have Surf too, as you'll see. So they actually could have done more damage and maybe, put some pressure of farming down at that point. But I'm not going to complain. These are lower elo battles, 2400s, roughly 23. But anyways, we were able to farm it down, and we take the Fusion Bolt into the Yveltal. I always get that one mixed up with the Galarian Moltres. They're the same color, same typing, but one looks like Bacon, and I thought of Bacon before I thought of Yveltal. Anywho, next matchup. We got another fairy in the lead this time, a Primarina. It's unfortunate that it has a waterfall because it's doing neutral damage into us and it's charging its moves faster. But it's still it's a fair matchup for the Metagross, fairly neutral because it's neutral on us, and then our steel moves are neutral into the Primarina. So we get some energy. We switch into the Zekrom because it's not a threatening matchup for us. If it was running Charm, that'd be a different story. But they come in with the Rhyperior, and not an ideal matchup. We don't get the debuff on the Crunch. It's not fantastic, but we're going to wait our switch clock here so we have some flexibility. We don't know what's in the back just yet. And then they throw an alignment, so they give us an extra move. We're thinking, oh, we get Earthquaked. I'm thinking it's going to be a Break-It Swipe or a Rock Wrecker. But kudos to this madman. And I top left on that one. You can have that win. If you're that committed to ground type damage, you can have that win. I will give you that win. I will top left. We will part ways. And I will hope that I never see you again, because that was brutal. That was a devastating loss. But, I mean, it's good content. So, into the next match, we got a Genesect in here. I didn't see what kind of Technoblast it might have. So, if it had Ice, this would be problematic for the Garchomp. But since they switched out themselves, it's fair to assume that they do not have the Chill Drive Genesect. And so now we're in with a little energy lead on the Rhyperior. And that makes this matchup a little bit better. We're going to get shields here, or we can flip switch. But I'm glad that they're spending shields here, because really, nothing on my team does great against the Genesect itself. So we actually, on 1 HP in a dream, shout out Yonkis, we get the knockout, and then the opponent top left, GG. Into the next match, another fairy now. We get a Tapu Bulu. Great matchup. So now we go, they have a shiny Yveltal, really nice. That bacon is looking very underdone. You might want to cook it before eating it. But we go into this next match, and I wanted to expend a shield here. I didn't want to be farmed down by this thing, because we have such a dominating matchup in the lead. But they start to commit shield themselves, and I'm thinking, oh man, these guys are going for switch. And that proves problematic for me, so I'm like, I do not want to, ruin alignment here. I'm going to shield myself, but they had the next move locked and loaded. I need to learn to count Sucker Punches. That's one I never really committed to memory just yet. But I come in with the Garchomp, and my reasoning here is I can get more fast moves in with double resisted Mud Shots, and then hope that I can, do something in the back. And then I make a hard swap into the Metagross. And in the back, we have a Rhyperior, and with an energy lead, the Metagross does a little bit better, and I'm able to get it down before it gets off any moves, and then I'm able to get to this Meteor Mash and take care of this Tapu Bulu. So Metagross was really the MVP in that battle. GG's. Into the next one, got a very mad Italian. We'll see if hopefully we can make them mad at the conclusion of this battle. So again, we're now in an awkward matchup here. They save swap the Palkia. We can't really go anywhere just yet. Maybe get some shields first or get some damage on it. Let's see what they decide. They decide to shield. So at that point, I'm saying we're bringing in the Zekrom. We're going to one shield and farm this thing down. Hopefully they don't bait us. They go for the Spatial Rend here, which is fantastic for us because now we can go commit to the farm down. We have energy now going into this next matchup with Togekiss. So now we can get off this Fusion Bolt, which will do a lot of damage. And my goodness, that was a lot of damage right there. The Dragon Breath do next to nothing. But, with how weak we are to fairies in the back, I will take damage any day. So they come back in with the Primarina. We want to get a shield here because there's really nowhere for my Garchomp to go. And so my thought here was I need to get fast move pressure on this thing so that way I can get an Earth Power and knock this out. The thing is, I underestimated how much damage the Mud Shots actually do, and I could have actually probably preserved my Metagross, and that makes it very problematic in the back because I'm able to get the knockout here easily, but he still got a Togekiss, and my Mud Shots are double resisted, and we get the farm down. Wonderful. That was a lot closer than it should have been, but GG's. That's just me not knowing how much a Mud Shot does in the Master League. Apparently enough to farm down a Togekiss. Anywho, next match we got altered Dialga into the Metagross in the lead. Great matchup for us, by the way. Got to watch out for a Draco Meteor, though, because it does not have Roar of Time. We get baited, which hurts. They're really pressing for Switch here. So I decided to do a little bait of my own, and they call it. That's disastrous right there. You know, normally you don't want to be baiting for something like that, but they throw the Draco there. Probably didn't need to do that, but I'll take it because now I can bring in my Garchomp, get a healthy farm down without taking as much Dragon Breath damage. And if he had gotten to an Iron Head, I could have not shielded that because he was double debuffed. And then he makes the switch into Kyogre, and now it's time for the Zekrom to feast. Oh my goodness, this Fusion Bolt's going to do a lot. He shields it. He's shielding, and we get to another one. The pacing on this Zekrom is not bad, but it makes it look a lot better when you're going up against a Kyogre. So we will definitely take that. We have a shield left over for the Bacon. I'm just going to call it Bacon from now on. Because Yveltal, it's easier to say Bacon, and I kind of want some right now. So we go for the Fusion Bolt and one-shots it. Knocks it out of the sky. GG. We love the Zekrom here. The shiny Zekrom. I love how it looks when it does its attacks. When I caught the Zekrom, it was in a raid, actually, and I didn't realize it at first that it was shiny because it looks similar to the original. But when you see it attack, and you see that green tail, that lime green kind of tail, you know that it's shiny and that it deserves all the glory. Anywho, Shadow right here in the next matchup. Those mud slaps were doing a lot as opposed to the non-Shadow variant that we saw before. And he gets the debuff on the Breaking Swipe. Very unfortunate. I think it's like a 30% chance or something like that. And then he gets another one. So now all of a sudden I'm not able to get this farm down, and I have to shield a Breaking Swipe. You never love to do that. And then I get debuffed again, and so that forces me to switch out. And so we have a Ho-Oh now, and this is kind of a problem because, we're running low on health with the Garchomp, and it's got energy, but you don't know how much it can take. And then they have a Zygarde in the back, and this is really unfortunate because I'm really missing those shields that we had to expend to protect the energy on the Garchomp. Those debuffs caused me to have to do that. That's 3 out of 3 debuffs right there. I don't know the percentages. I know if it happens twice, let's say it's 30%, that's a 9% chance. So whatever 9 over 1,000 is what just happened right there. So really bad on our end, very unlucky. We're still playing it out though. We get the Outrage on the Ho-Oh and it barely survives. If we had a shield here, it would have been used right there and we could have gotten the win. Unfortunate circumstances, but GG's. The game giveth, the game taketh. And then the game giveth the great lead in the next match with a Xerneas. Again, we have to stay in, though, with this awkward matchup here. You know how it goes. Due to the Earthquakes, the Dragon Breaths aren't doing that much against us, but they're adding up along with the neutral stab Aqua Tails. We're going to take this one, though. We didn't want to stay in too long, so that way our Switch clocks are completely misaligned. With energy, I can stall it enough. I shield once. They go for Draco, which is great because, they don't have Spatial Rend, and they weren't going to get to another one. So we have energy going to the Xerneas here. We get a shield too, which is fantastic. And then, we fire again. I don't know if it was good timing. I don't have a built Xerneas, so I don't know if Geomancy, what it looks like. As far as, good timing, I know it's a 3-turn move, but once they've done a few, you kind of can't just go 2 Dragon Breaths and then throw your move. So we come in now with the Garchomp, and then he brings in the Palkia and gives us free farm, so I am all in favor of that. We make sure to throw in good timing here. Incinerate is a 5-turn fast move, Mud Shot 2, so you want to throw 2 Mud Shots and then throw your move. But if anything more than that, you're going to want to throw 7 Mud Shots, since they would be at 15 turns with 3 Incinerates. We shield at the Brave Bird, and we're farming, and I probably could have gotten away with an Earth Power here now that they've double debuffed, but I wanted to make sure I knocked it out. I didn't want to fall short, and we end up getting to the move against the Xerneas, so it ended up not costing us. I probably should have went with the Earth Power, but it ends up not costing us. That's a win. GG's. Into the next battle, we got an Altered Dialga in the lead. Got a shiny Altered Dialga. At least we know that's a different battle because it's shiny, so thank you, trainer, for at least giving me that early closure. Anyways, But no thank you, though, for bringing in a Zygarde, because this team does not like Zygarde either. It is a beast, so we're going to get some chip damage on it. And then kind of like with the Palkia, the Origin Palkia, we're going to chip it and then come in and just go for that aggressive farm down. I'm shielding the potential Earthquake or Outrage, and it's a Bulldoze, which is sad. Even more sad is they get the debuff. So now we're taking more damage from these Bulldozes. And we actually get a double debuff there, so really unfortunate. I don't know if they go 3 for 3 like they did in the other battle with the Rhyperior, but we get farmed down now, so those debuffs proving to be very costly. But we come in now with the Metagross. The Bullet Punches are having solid fast move pressure, and actually this is a Confusion Mewtwo, Confusion Shadow Mewtwo. So we are double resisting the Confusions here, Psychic and Steel resist Psychic. So typically in Master League you're not worried about fast move pressure too much. But, you know, with the Shadow Mewtwo, those would add up, say, if I came in with the Garchomp here. So we're able to shield once and neutralize the Mewtwo for now. And we have enough energy to go into the shiny Dialga, allowing for the perfect farm down opportunity for the Garchomp here in the back. And then we CMP tie. They charge slower because of the confusion as opposed to Psycho Cuts. We survived the Shadow Psy Strike. I don't think it's 1 HP, but just enough that we are not KO'd, and we're able to throw the Earth Power on CMP and win that battle. Into the next one here. We got a Groudon in the front, and those are not... I don't have a good one. I don't have one built. So, but I know that Precipice Blades is devastating, so I'm going to shield the neutral Precipice Blades and preserve my Garchomp because the switch clocks are now misaligned. And now I'm able to throw neutral Earth Powers into the Xerneas, and we actually get a debuff of our own. So finally, some luck coming our way. I don't know how much it really matters though, because we would need another Earth Power to KO the Xerneas anyways. But at this point, I'm sensing that you know, I can protect the Garchomp for later in the match. It has some energy on it. I know that the Xerneas can do some damage with the close combat, but not KO the Metagross outright, and that allows us to go back into the Groudon with some energy, which is perfect. And then we're going to force him to throw some energy. At this rate, he will just need to only throw a Fire Punch to take us out. It is non-stab, but it's still super effective. And the most recent buff of the Elemental Punches in the Fangs allow that to easily KO as opposed to a Precipice Blade. But we still have energy on the Garchomp going into the next matchup with the Groudon. He does have to throw a Precipice Blades in this instance to take us out, but that allows for a farm down with the Zekrom, and now it's a race to the nuke move. He has to get to a Spatial Rend. I only have to get to a Fusion Bolt, and I had an energy lead. And then it's not enough to take out, but the Dragon Breaths afterwards take care of it. And before we go into this last one here, this is a bonus battle. I wanted to include this one in here because my opponent in this one, I recognize the name. If I could pause it, that would be massively helpful. Here we go. Speediest Chief. He's a content creator. I watch his videos. He's a fantastic person to watch. You know, go over Pokemon Go content, and he's also been a commentator for the regionals and I believe Worlds as well. So very nice guy, very cool guy. I'm glad I was recording when I saw this one, but he caught me at a time when I was very low and I was using Kartana, which I actually have maxed out in a hundo, which was really cool. I tried to make Kartana work. It did not work, and that's when I believe I brought in the Garchomp afterwards, because Ho-Oh was just incinerating me down to a crisp before I could even get half of a charge move with how quickly Razor Leaf generates energy. But anywho, this is the bonus battle. I hope you guys enjoy it. We got Speediest Chief here. Let's go. Necrozma in the lead. Duskmane. Very difficult lead. Hard for my entire team, so I'm going to have to make some plays here. The Dragon Breaths are resisted because of the Steel typing. He lets me get to a Crunch immediately, which is very good. I don't know if I outpace him or not. He has Shadow Claw, so he's getting to his moves pretty quickly. But, man, that was resisted, but you couldn't even tell. That Sunsteel Strike did a lot. I wanted to get some energy, and then go into this matchup, which is very favorable for us. This is where you want the Metagross to be. We take a Wild Charge, and at this point, I say to myself, I'm just going to shield once, and I'm going to commit to a farm down here so I can have energy, because that's the most important thing when there's a Necrozma, and you kind of have to have a team effort into it. So we come back in with the Necrozma. I'm thinking he wants to hold on to it. He does not shield like the great battler that he is, but luckily I had enough energy to go for a second Meteor Mash here, and we do get that shield, and then we catch the move on top of it. I mean, he was committed to throwing the move anyways. Maybe remember that I had a lot of energy on the Zekrom, I'm not sure, but either way, he gets to waste his energy, and he comes in with another fairy in the back. And then we have the Kartana having one of the few positive matchups that it actually has. The Geomancies are doing nothing to it. The Razor Leafs were shredding away. We get a move on, and then we have the resisted Razor Leaf down of the Duskmane Necrozma. And that's the conclusion to the battles. GG's Speediest Chief. Thank you for the content, and now I'll be joining you as well with the content. I hope you all like these battles here. I know it's kind of rough around the edges. This is my first time doing it, but, you know, I'm going to get better at this. I have the Stardust to build Pokemon. Please leave any comments. If you give the like to the video, that really helps get more support as well. I have my Instagram page there as well for the channel. We have all sorts of posts on there. I haven't had any battle-related content on there. It's been more of like interesting things that I've caught. I'll put some memes up there, kind of like more stuff to engage the fans with. So give that a follow, give it a peep, see if you like it. But please like and subscribe to my channel here if you want to see more content. Leave a comment of any Pokemon that you want to see, any requests that you want me to build. I'll be happy to see if I got the resources for it. Odds are I do. I have 11 million Stardust right now, and I'm just ready to spend it like crazy. But please, come back if you want to. I'm going to commit to myself to, doing better with technology and, making these a little more pleasing to the eye. So, with that, looks like we've done our first official Pogobros videos. So thank you so much for spending it here with me, and a little celebration I think is in order. Anyways, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks.